Evie is extremely celibate. I forgot that part. Yeah. All right, it's time for Ask Wendy. Welcome back. Hey, Alejandro is in Uruguay. Hi, how you doing?
Hello, Wendy. How you doing?
Uh-huh. How can I help you?
Wendy, so let me tell you, I know that you're asking for the tea. I'm an artist, I'm a singer. I am part of the National Choir in Montevideo, and I have a brother. My brother is a nude artist, and I asked him to take some pictures of me for a new cover that I want to do. And he doesn't want to do it. He has an attitude. He doesn't care. So, Wendy, how can I get my brother to understand that that attitude is not helping our relationship?
Well, how much older or younger are you than him?
We're twins.
Why didn't you say that? Oh, this is a big deal. So are you charging him like this is business? I mean, you're a new artist, and if he takes the pictures, will it cost? Testing one.
No charge. He's going to take them, but he's my brother. He should do it for free.
How old are you? Both of you.
We're 30. I just turned 30.
I think that your brother should help you. I think that you guys should have a sit down. Don't bring anybody else into it. You should give him credit on your pictures. Good luck with your singing. If your singing starts to take off, you need to have your brother as a part of your team, or at least have him take the pictures and then give him some money, because business is business, but family is different, and twins are really special.
Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
So
Wendy, I'm sending you so much love and light.
Thank you.
I do have a question for you.
Okay.
And also, I'm so ready to see your movie. Okay.
Thank you.
I have shoe cams, so these are the shoes I would wear with this outfit. Okay, so I'm gonna stop, Wendy. Okay, my question is, earlier last year, I got in an entanglement with this married woman, and basically the relationship really traumatized me, and my current girlfriend basically asked me to move in, and I do love her a lot, but I feel like I'm just kind of apprehensive about moving in together, because I just feel like I don't want to lose.
Wait.
Like, I lost so much last year, Wendy.
Kay, you're everywhere.
Yeah.
What does the married woman have to do with your relation? Because you were a home wrecker. Okay. Okay.
And that's how I felt.
So we're gonna end that. We're gonna end that now. So now, what about your girlfriend that you feel moving in? How long have you been with your girlfriend?
Well, we've been together for about 5 months. She was with me when I went through a really traumatic situation last year.
What was the situation?
We've just been together ever since.
What was the situation?
I lost a child last year.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't think after 5 months during quarantining that you need to move in with anybody. Even if there was no quarantining, it's too soon. Also, close your legs to married women. Thank you, Kay.
I love you, Wendy.
I love you, Kay. She
day.
had the shoe cam. She had the love and light. And I think I'm all over the place. Wow, my people. Elizabeth is in North Carolina. Elizabeth, how can I help you? How you doing?
How you doing?
Good,
Hi,
thank you.
Wendy. I just turned 50 and I've been out of the dating game for a while. My family, my boys, and my sister keep telling me to do me, to stop taking care of others and do me. So do you think I've seen the dating apps, I've seen horror flicks on that, and I have friends that always have to check with their partners before going out. Do you think it's bad if I look for a rich, older guy that would be willing to live with me, have fun, and take care of me, just for the fun?
Do I think it's what?
Do you think it would be bad of me to look for a rich, older guy?
No, but I think it's very
just to
unrealistic
take care
of you to
me?
think that this could happen. I mean, there's always a possibility. You're a cute woman, but let's face facts. 50 is a particular age, and rich older guys are usually our age. They're looking for something young and dumb. See, we're seasoned and we know things, number one. I wouldn't let your friends or family at this point in your life dictate your love life, but I think that you should just calm down and wait for quarantining to be over, and don't hunt for the rich older guy. You know, look for everybody. And do you take care of yourself? Everything looks nice behind you. You look nice. What do you do for a living?
For a living, I'm an account manager, and yes, I do take care of myself.
Very nice. Well, I wish you luck looking for men everywhere and not being bossed around by your family and friends to do it. All right. Thank you very much. More Ask Wendy is next. And I'm sorry that she lost the baby, but okay, so she was dealing with a man? and then a homewrecker dealing with a married woman, and then's got a live-in girlfriend that she's, or that she's went. Ask Wendy is something else. Well, Tanya is from the Bronx, but she doesn't spell her name like Tanya. She spells it T-A-U-N. Tanya, Tanya from the Bronx. How you doing, Tanya?
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thanks, Tanya. How can I help you?
Okay, well, I've been in a relationship for 10 years. We've been engaged 4 years. We have a 6-year-old son together, and we're planning to get married. But he has a lot of toxic, bad behaviors, and it's giving me cold feet on getting married. Should I stay or should I go?
Okay, you've been with him for 10, engaged for 4.
Yes.
Right there is a red flag that he probably only gave you the ring out of pressure. I don't believe in 4-year relationships. I think that he not trapped you. You had the baby out of love, but I don't think that he was ever planning on marrying you, just keeping you happy in there at the house, doing you, Tanya. Do you have any other children living with you besides this one?
My older children from a previous relationship.
Okay, how old are they?
My oldest is 27, and I have a 19-year-old.
And
All boys.
And so you're all quarantined together?
Yes.
See, you left that part out. Now, what are your man's bad habits? Because you've left that out. Toxic behavior during quarantine.
Irresponsibilities, hanging out, drinking. Everything is excessive. He overworks, he overdrinks, he just overdoes.
Can you be co-parents and just let him go?
I feel I can, but I don't know if he can.
What do your 2 sons say?
They love him and they love us, but they want mommy to be happy.
Does he put his hands on you?
Not at all.
Okay. He verbally abuses you?
Not at all.
Okay.
He's a very sweet, awesome guy. It's just he has these issues.
Do you think he could stop drinking?
Are not stopping.
Okay. Do you think he could stop bad behavior by going to counseling, you two?
I would hope so, but it's like it's only me pushing.
You know what? I'm sorry about New Year and New You. I would say, if it were me, I would have to end this relationship. You'll always be with him because you share one child together and your sons happen to like him. I think that how old are you now?
I'm 43.
At 43, you are young enough still. You can go on and be happy here in NYC. Don't leave the city. Just, and as far as whether he can get over it or not, I hope he doesn't think about running up on and knocking at the door, once you end this with him. Do it in person and with your sons in the other room with a Grammy or something. All right, Tanya.
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thank you. What's your question?
So, Wendy, this is the deal. I'm a successful entrepreneur, and I work with very wealthy clients from around the world.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, I have this one client, and he's been treating me very nice.
Chantel,
very nice.
Chantel, before you weave your story, how old are you?
I'm 42, Wendy.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. No, you're adorable, and I like your kitchen behind you. Your house looks fabulous.
Thank you. It's one of my rental properties.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, this client has been treating me very well. He's been obviously flirting with me because he's been sending me flowers, and he's been sending me drivers to pick me up.
What do you do for him? Do you rent him property? Is that what your entrepreneurial or your work is?
Right. It's real estate, luxury properties, and different things of that nature. And I'm also an international business consultant.
And you're in Atlanta.
Yes.
Are you married?
I'm divorced.
Okay. Do you have children?
Yes, I do. I have 2 lovely children.
How old?
14 and 20.
Okay, go on and finish weaving your tale. Go ahead.
Okay, so he's been doing all this for me, Wendy, but honestly, he's not my type, first of all. Second of all, he has a wife and a family.
So
Now-
so your assumption is that he wants a relationship with you on the side.
Correct.
Has he
and
to-
he
has he-
does it like he's been doing this, like he's done this before.
Has he told you this, that he wants you on the side?
He hasn't told me this, but he flirts with me and he tells me he wants to share different things or whatever with me. So he spends a lot of money, and it's crazy. And I honestly, the thing that I want to ask you, Wendy, is basically deep down inside, I don't want to lose him as a client.
Okay.
I don't want to lose him as a client. He's one of my biggest clients. I don't want to lose him.
Okay.
But deep down inside, I do not want to lead him on, and I don't want to mess up a happy home. I'm not going to do that. So what should I do, Wendy?
I think that you should continue to have him as a client, continue to keep your kids happy, knowing that mom is a good Christian woman, and leave that married man's marriage alone. And I'm sure you were happy being on television. Daniel.
Oh, joy.
Fine, thank you. Now, how can I
Miss
help?
Wendy.
Hi. What is your problem?
Okay, Miss Wendy. My friend met a man during quarantine online. She's getting married on February 14th next month. I'm still in quarantine, along with a lot of us. She said that if we don't want to come to her wedding, to send her $250 so that she could have her destination wedding and her honeymoon. Miss Wendy, none of us have met this man.
Excuse me.
And I smell a stunt.
Excuse me, forget meeting the man. The idea that she has the nerve to ask you for $250 and you're on quarantine and it's Valentine's Day. If you weren't on quarantine, you'd have your own Valentine's Day. Just no to everything and be prepared to lose a friendship, because a lot of people get real sensitive and they can't deal with it. Do we have time for one more? Because there was one more that was really good.
Bye, girl.
All right, bye, Daniel. All right, the next woman though, she wanted to ask me about dating online, online dating. And I say do that, but also meet people in person. I'm gonna join online dating this year also, but I like to meet people in person better. But you gotta look everywhere for them, because they're out there. Yeah, it's time for Ask Wendy. Now, Tyronica is in St. Louis. How you doing?
How you doing, Whitney?
Good, Tyronica. How can I help you? What's your question?
My question for you, Wendy, is we're getting married again. We were married 18 years. I cannot decide whether I'm having a winter wedding or a summer wedding. Any suggestions?
Are you serious?
I'm sorry, and we got divorced also. I'm sorry. So we're getting remarried, Wendy. I'm sorry.
No, I get it. Congratulations on rekindling love. How long were you separated before you got back into the romance again?
1 year.
1 year? Do you have children?
1 year. Yes, we do. 4 kids. My oldest will be 22 tomorrow.
What made you just say, oh, we're getting a divorce? What was the fight?
I want to say it was over a lot of communication differences that we had.
So you had counseling for the last year, or
not at all?
You've been
looking forward to that.
You've been stuck in the house coronavirusing?
There you go.
Okay.
Getting to know each other a lot better, yeah.
All right. So you're gonna get the counseling after you get married?
No, before. Okay. So we don't have the same.
But we're in winter right now, and you want to get married in the winter, because I would say, well, just get married tomorrow. Why are you asking me? You know, I don't care. I just want everybody to be happy. But why don't you wait until the weather gets nicer and, and do the counseling, and congratulations on finding love the second time around.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Joe is in Maryland. Joe, what's your
Hi, Wendy, how you doing?
Hello, Joe. How are you doing?
I'm good. So I'm 36. I'm the oldest of my 2 siblings. I have a brother who's 30, a sister who's 21.
How old are you, Joe?
I'm 36.
Oh, right.
So I've been the father figure to my siblings since we were younger.
Are you a father?
I am a father, yes.
How old are your children, Joe?
I have a son who's 13.
13, almost out of the house. Now, how old is your wife?
My partner is 40.
Partner.
How you doing?
Now.
Yes.
Oh, damn! Damn! I was trying to let the rhythm hit you. All right.
All right. So the issue is my siblings are pretty spoiled and entitled. I've helped them financially with loans, with getting apartments. I've helped raise their kids, but no matter what I do, it's never enough. So the main issue is my sister over the holiday break asked for a substantial loan, which I declined because I'm trying to set boundaries. She went to social media and blasted me all over social media. So my question is, am I wrong for wanting to cut ties with my entitled siblings?
Yes, you're not gonna cut ties with them over this, Joe. See, I'm angry at him, so I'm letting it seep through for being, how you doing? Okay, Joe, you're very, very handsome. And you're only 36, and you need to focus on your own life. Don't put things in your siblings who are grown's names. Don't buy them things unless you want to. And definitely don't extend loans to them. They've got to grow up, and the best way for them to do it is to do it on their own individually. By the way, where are you all's parents? Just asking.
The deceased.
Okay, all right. Well, Joe, you've done the right thing too much as far as I'm concerned. Now it's time to back off and enjoy your life. Your life, Joe.
Thank you, Wendy.
You're very welcome. From United Arab Emirates, how are you? How you doing?
I'm doing, Wendy.
Uh-oh, okay. Hi, Michelle, how are you? How can I help you? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Don't make me do this show myself, because I will.
How you doing, Wendy?
Hi, how can I help you?
Okay, my name is Danielle. I'm 37 years old with a 12-year-old son. My son wants a sibling, but I worry about the age gap and starting all over again. I have a current boyfriend, but I divorced 3 years ago, so we're taking things slow. So I know that as I'm getting older, I don't want to wait too long if I'm going to have another child. So should I consider having a second child at this age with an almost teenager? Or should I explain to my son that he should be happy being the only child?
Well, you're 37 years old, and so, yeah, that would be a big age difference for your son. But does your husband, your current husband, you said you, boyfriend?
No, he's just my boyfriend, and we've only been dating for about a year. So I don't want to rush things too much.
No, exactly. And does he already have children?
No, he doesn't.
I would say just keep working your job and spoiling your son for right now, because this boyfriend, I mean, you know, and you only know him during, you know, COVID times. You don't even know him during real times. 37 is not a spring chicken, but it is certainly young enough to still successfully have a baby if by chance you guys survive another 2 years together, in which case your son will be, what, on his way to college?
40 and 15.
It's okay. Look, it's new rules in new life, you know? Good luck thinking.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Christos is in Toronto. Christos, what's your question? How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy? So I have a friend, and she's been in a 6-month relationship, but from what I've been hearing, he sounds really toxic. Basically, he's degrading her when they get into arguments, and he's just like antisocial and wants to control what she does, like when texting. She can't even send a heart emoji to me. And Wendy, like, I'm how you doing, so you know.
The boyfriend's really insecure, and they've only been together for 6 months. Where did she meet him during quarantine? Where did she meet him?
One of the apps.
Oh, one of the apps. So, do they live together? Did they get together?
No, thank goodness they do not. But I'm just wondering, should I ask her to like keep me out of their business, or do you think it's a good idea for me to have a good one-on-one conversation and say, maybe you should, you know, snip him?
How long have you been friends with her?
We've been friends for just over a year, but like we're close. We talk weekly. Listen,
I would talk straight to her, and I would let her know, look, you've only known this guy for 6 months, and you know, run down what you know about him, and you can't send a heart emoji to a gay man. He is ridiculous. You need to dump him, and you really do need to just wait until quarantining and Corona is over, and then get back to Earth. Good luck.
Good luck.
Brandy is from Ohio, and Brandy, what's your question?
Well, Wendy.
I like your T-shirt.
Oh, thank you. It's just for you.
How can I help you, Brandy?
I have an ex-daughter-in-law who constantly calls me to watch my grandchild while she strips at after hours and on party buses. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and I'm not comfortable with her being out late and potentially bringing the virus back to me. So, how do I explain to her that what she's doing is potentially dangerous? And how do I get her to understand that if she wants me to watch the kid, then she needs to get her act together?
This kid is your grandchild, right?
Yes.
Okay, but they're divorced. Now, how does your son get along with her?
They have no communication.
Okay, he doesn't know that she's stripping on party buses and everything?
He doesn't talk to her. She goes through me.
Okay, well, here's what you tell her, and you talk straight to her, okay? You let her know that, you don't approve of what she's doing at night, but she's a grown woman, so she can make her money however she does, as long as she pays you for, or fills your tank with gas or something. And that you also do not feel comfortable with her coming back after stripping at party buses. Goodness only knows what kind of germs she could be bringing back to your grandchild who could subsequently bring to you. And you let her know that if she doesn't straighten up her act, that you're gonna call DIFUS, Child Protective Services. This is a situation. This is like a life or death situation. This is front page news in Ohio.
Toledo, Ohio.
Good luck with everything. And Blair is in Canada. Hi, how you doing, Blair?
How you doing, Wendy?
Good, thank you. What's your question?
Okay, so I went on this date with this guy a couple weeks ago, and he was okay, but just the chemistry wasn't there. But Wendy, he's got the abs, the muscles, and all that. So I want to know, how could I ask him to be friends with benefits without coming across rude or like a player? Because I'm not.
How do you know he doesn't want you for anything more than that? How do you know that?
Well, he asked me on a second date.
So what?
No, but can I be friends with benefits with him? How do I ask him to do that without?
But the second date, because have you had sex with him already?
No.
Well, the second date could be his takedown date.
Okay.
So you don't
That's
know.
true.
I would suggest you keep an open mind, and it's not. You look too young to be just playing around like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the way,
Okay.
I like your choice in literature. Have a nice day, Blair.
Bye.
Stephanie is in Phoenix. Stephanie, how you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thank you. What's your question, Steph?
So the president of a service group I work with, he asked me out and I declined. He's now made my life on this board hell. I need work from him and I have to ask multiple times, or he won't even get me it. And I've shown up to meetings that have been canceled and he hasn't told me. So should I sit there and bring it up on the board meeting on Sunday, or should I just let it go?
Is this for your condo association or your neighborhood association? How important is this board to you?
No, this is a volunteer work. It's hospitals and institutions, and it's for NA. So.
Well, do you live in a community where possibly you can take your big heart to another organization?
Yeah.
I would do that as opposed to standing up in the middle of a board meeting, committee meeting, and tearing him down in front of everyone. You can't do that. Just leave and don't say anything for a year, and then whisper ever so delicately back to his where he is and find out whether he's doing it to anyone else. Just because you're nosy, like we are. You know what I mean? Thank you.
Thank you.
That's dangerous. Oh. Anyway, DJ is in Houston. Hi, DJ. How you doing?
How you doing?
Why do I think I know you?
I don't know. Maybe.
How can I help you?
All right. I got a question. My best friend been in a relationship for 5 years, and he's still on these dating sites. And he uses me as a scapegoat, so his girlfriend doesn't know that he's on these dating sites. So the other night, she called me and was like, "Hey, is he with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's with me." But he really wasn't. He was on another date. So should I say something to my best friend, or should I say something to her, or should I just stay out of it?
Is your best friend a man? You refer to him as him, yes? Yes.
Yes.
Is your best friend on the down low?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's got two things she's dealing with. She's dealing with a man who's being less than truthful regarding that he's gay, and he's on the dating apps. I say you stay out of it, and you need to talk to him and let him know that you're willing to push him to the side until he gets his life together. You don't want to be involved. We're too grown for that, DJ. In the UK. Hi, Ash. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
I'm
So,
good.
what's your question?
Okay, so first of all, thank you for sharing your truth earlier. That was really brave.
Thanks, Ash.
But I'm a traveling DJ. Yeah, sorry. I'm a traveling DJ. And although I'm not working right now, I often meet and mingle with a lot of guys in the nightlife. That's put a huge damper on my dating life because men tend to get jealous without realizing, it's just business and I have to do it to be able to get more people to come to events. Now, I've never had a solid relationship because of it, but as I get older, I'm 29, I'm really wanting to settle down, have a family and do the things, women want to do. So my question is, how would you suggest as a successful woman, how do I get guys to understand that it's just work, there's no need to be jealous, and I just want some love?
Wow. Well, you could always get with a guy who's in a similar business, although that becomes competition, and that's a whole nother set of fights. You know what? It's going to take a lot of dating before you finally find that man who understands as an attractive woman or as a woman, period. It's still a guy's world. That DJ world is still a guy's world. And in order to get people to, exactly, take your time and don't settle for less. But good luck with that DJ thing. That's a tough one. I got to tell you. Thank you, Hash. I have to tell you.
Yeah, thank you.
Even on my dating profile, I'm not looking for guys in this business at all. No.
You gotta go elsewhere.
Yeah. Well, you take care. Julissa is next, and Julissa is in Texas. Hi, Julissa. How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
How can I help you?
All right, Wendy. So my brother was dating this girl a couple years ago that my mom and I absolutely loved. This is not a normal occurrence for us. They broke up, but they are still in each other's lives. They co-parent a dog. I kind of feel like this is a front because I know my brother. And I think that him and this girl should get back together because I know that they love each other. I have spoken to him about it, but at this point, he's kind of like, he cuts us off when we try to talk to him about that relationship.
Do you all live together? Does he live with you and your mom?
No.
And how old?
He does not live with us.
How old is your brother?
He will be 27 in May.
All right. And how old is the young lady?
They're the same age.
Okay. Let them both have their time. If it's meant to be, they'll get back together. Dogs do not keep relationships together. However, I have met
It's been 2 years.
Okay, but I have met some weird people where animals actually do keep them together. You and your mom, tread lightly on pushing them together, okay? Tread lightly.
That's what we're gonna do.
And good luck with everything. Time for Ask Wendy. Sarah is in Houston. Sarah, what's your question?
How you doing, Wendy?
How you doing?
My question is, my mom is 72, I'm 42. It's been over like 2 years since she got married to a man that I never met, my family never met. I tried to stop the wedding by contacting the officiant. They got married anyway. I didn't go to the wedding. I stopped talking to my mom for about a year. I'm happy to say in the last year, we started talking again. However, they're both pastors. However, within the last few months, their marriage is on the fritz. They're both calling me individually about their problems. It's to the point where when me and my mom talk, she just talks about those situations with him.
Do you have any siblings?
I just don't know what else to do.
I know you mentioned family, but do you have any siblings besides you?
I have 2 older sisters, but she doesn't disclose information to them like she does to me.
Well, 72, I would normally say is old, but 72, and your mother's a pastor and her new husband's a pastor, and they fight. What do they fight about? What does she tell you? And what does he tell you?
So basically, I think she feels like she kind of maybe cheating on her or whatnot. But I don't know. I think there's just differences. I think she didn't really know him. You know, they got married really quickly within a matter of days. And
wait, now,
yeah, so,
all right, here's
yeah.
what you do. You pull your mother to the side and you tell your mother, look, you might want companionship, but this is not the guy for you. You pull your other sisters in and you let them know what's going on, and you let your mom know that this is a family crisis. Because your mother, yes, her happiness is important, but not by a man, and I don't care if he's from the church. All church isn't good church. And they need to get divorced. So you figure out how that's going to happen, okay? Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted to hear?
Yeah, I do. I think that she needs to move on. I'm not saying he's a bad
divorce.
guy, but it's just she needs to move on.
Bye. It's so funny how people say move on when they mean divorce. It's like, that's why I enjoyed making my movie and my documentary. You say it. Time for Ask Wendy. Christian's in Chicago. Christian, how you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thank you. Go ahead.
Sorry. So my best friend and I were wanting to plan a little Mexican getaway when travel is back, of course. So we're always looking for a deal, and we've noticed that couples getting married get discounts too. So we're thinking about submitting a little wedding request to get a discounted stay just to tour a venue in Mexico. My friend is a little bit hesitant because she doesn't want to lie, but I don't care. I want to try it anyway. Yes, it's a she.
Okay.
So my question, Wendy, is should we try to get a cheap vacay, or should we just wait until we have enough money saved?
I think that if you lie about this to the people in Mexico, somehow there will be a spell casted over your actual happiness of being married. But what you should do is sit at home, save money to have the wedding that you want, and really get to know each other a little bit better than she already knows you, Christian. If you all know what I'm saying. And I think you do. Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Ava is in New Jersey. Ava, hi.
How you doing?
I'm not
Wendy?
sure. Hi, Ava. How you doing? How can I help?
Hi. Well, I'm 33 years old, and I've been with my boyfriend for about 10 years, ever since I was 18. And for some reason, he hasn't popped the question. Like, I do want to get married. We have 3 kids together, 3 boys. We do live together, but I'm thinking, should I give up the idea of being married, or should I just wait,
I think you should get used to giving up the idea of being married. You know, you've been with him since you were 18, which means you probably never lived on your own. What was he, your high school sweetheart or something?
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, and your first love.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate your honesty. See, this is what you don't want to do in life. You know, live the life of Ava. Ava, it's not too late to get right with what you have. You have a man that loves you, correct? You have 3 beautiful children. Do you want to get rid of this man if he won't marry you?
I can't see myself with
because you've never seen yourself without him, because you don't know who Ava is, and now you're stuck with a beautiful situation. Turn that frown upside down. Be happy. It's my DJ Sus One. You know something? All that stuff that Bahar had was good, but for $21, I flinched like you. But this is, it's all, I feel like I have new hands. WendyShow.com. Okay, time for Ask Wendy. Now, Ann is in San Diego, and she's got a question. How you doing, Ann?
How you doing, Wendy?
Good. How can I help?
I'm a woman of a particular age, and I'm dating a man 10 years younger than me. But you know, with age come hot flashes, and it's beginning to be a little weird and awkward during our sexy time.
Yeah.
My boyfriend's a sweet guy who loves to cuddle, but I feel uncomfortable about it. Wendy, how can I work on this? What do I do? Should I just let it go?
Okay, this is easy. How old are you, Ann?
51.
Okay.
They just started coming on.
And he's 41. Well, here's what you do. We've got some great products that we always show here at Trendy at Wendy. You know, I'm 56. I'm already through menopause. I never had hot flashes, but I can sympathize with what you go through. They are sheets that are cooling. Look online and Google. Pillows, cooling pillows, cooling sheets, all kinds of cooling potions. Talk to your GYN about maybe a cooling serum or something like that. There's all kinds of great stuff. And God bless your boyfriend for wanting to keep it going. Don't give up.
Oh, he's a sweetie.
Okay, now I want to talk to Novelette, who's in Philadelphia, with a question. Novelette, how you doing?
How you?
Fine, thank you. How can I help you?
Well, Wendy, I've been married for 16 years, and I've recently had an old lover from 24 years ago reach out, and we've been talking about work and other things, and I'm just kind of wanting. Yes.
What other things? The good old times.
Well, the past.
Yeah. How long were you with him?
I was 21.
Yeah. Was he your first love?
I would say yeah. I would say yes.
Is he married?
Yes.
Does he live in Philly also?
No.
Where does he live?
In Jersey.
Oh, same difference down there. Okay. And so what's your question to me? Because I've got my answer for you.
Okay. So I just wanted to know, should I hold on to this? Because it's not complicated. Like it doesn't, interfere with either of our, marriages or situations. But I just wanted to know, should I hold on to this or should I, let it go for the sake of
This is interfering with your marriage to your husband as we speak. First of all, you're on TV. We are on in 52 countries and Philadelphia.
Well, thank you.
No, it's okay. No, I'm trying to put it in perspective because you've done nothing wrong. You're calling for advice. I'm not an expert, but I play one on TV. I say, not just leave this man alone, leave him all the way alone. Do not call him, do not text him, do not email him, do not look his way. Leave him alone because he's married, you're married, you don't want to ruin a good thing. All you all are going to end up doing is meeting up and doing the nasty and rekindling something that is not possible. See, friendships wreck marriages. That's why you can't have friends. We'll be right. It's time for Ask Wendy. I wanted to talk about Suzanne Summers, and I forgot to talk about Lisa Vanderpump, and a special shout out to Lawrence Taylor. You still look great. Anyway, but Cheryl is on the phone right now. Cheryl is in Georgia. Happy birthday. How you doing, Cheryl?
How you doing, Wendy? And thanks.
You're very welcome. How can I help? Go ahead.
My question for you is, I recently went to a party with some friends, and while I was there, I met this guy. Now, afterwards, we started dating, and we eventually ended up being intimate with one another. Well, it was at this point I found out that he was actually messing with a friend of mine and sleeping with her at the same time. Now, this friend is really like a friend of a friend, so we're not super close. I mean, we just kind of travel in the same circles from time to time. Well, once I found out that he was dating and sleeping with her, I immediately stopped all communication. I stopped talking to him, but I never said anything to her. Well, as of today, they're still dating and they're actually looking to take their relationship to the next level. And she's going around giving him praises, talking about how great he is, and just, she is smitten and head over heels for him.
Okay,
so my question to you is...
Go ahead.
My question is, should I tell her now that he was actually trying to date both of us at the same time and that he's really not who she thinks he is?
Was your friend of a friend at that party?
Yes, she was.
Okay, this is not...
at the same time.
You don't have to feel bad for not telling her. It just complicates things. If your friend is so sneaky that she wouldn't tell her friend that he's in the other room talking to Cheryl, then she's not really a friend to either of you. And as far as the man, I would call him up and I would say, no, sir, you're in the same circle and she's talking about taking, I don't even know whether you know, sir, but her feelings for you are a lot deeper than you think. And then after you throw the bomb, just run the other way because there'll come a period in time where none of them are gonna wanna be friends with you or know you or call you a liar, Cheryl, but you're grown and life goes on. I'm sure that you're not the first one that he's hit on outside of her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, Cheryl, thank you very much. It's time for Ask Wendy. Now, Jennifer is in Virginia. And Jennifer, how you doing?
Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
Fine, thanks. How can I help you? What's your question?
Yes, Wendy, I am over 40 and I am desperate to have a baby. And I cannot get my husband on board. It's like with our dogs, when one appears, he's happy about it and he doesn't necessarily want another dog. But I feel like he'll feel the same way about having another child, right? His main worry, Wendy, is financial support. And there can't be enough money in the world for a baby these days, but you find a way to make it work. So Wendy, how do I get my husband on board?
Okay, let me investigate. How much over 40 are you? How old are you?
Wendy, I just turned 44 January 2nd.
Oh, happy birthday, belated. Now, how old is he?
He's 43.
And how many children do you have?
None.
Oh, so you just, now how long have you been married?
We've been married 10 years.
And what's taken so long to have this conversation?
Exactly. I know, Wendy, we didn't talk about it when we first got married. I guess I just assumed that we would have a child. And now I'm seeing all my other friends have babies. And it's really hard for me. And I know it's my fault. We'd never sat down and had the talk.
How long were you together before you got married?
We got engaged pretty quickly. We were together 8 months and then we got engaged, but we got married a year and a half later. So there's been time.
Yeah, but you didn't say anything. And unfortunately, we're the ones with the 44-year-old eggs. I would say have the conversation with him and immediately find the best GYN in town because having babies is really expensive. And I wish you well. Would you ever consider adopting?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
You and your husband need to have this conversation, okay? Good luck.
Okay.
All right. Bree is in
Thanks, Wendy. We love
Colorado.
you.
And Bree, what's your question? How you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
Fine.
So
Go ahead.
So recently I left my job, but I still hang out with some of my former coworkers. Anyway, they've been telling me about another coworker who's been talking negatively about me, blasting me on social media, and just doing things that ruin my current friendships. So I want to know, should I confront her or should I just move on and not care?
Well, what type of job did you have?
I was a middle school teacher.
Okay, and why did you leave the job?
I just kind of took on some family responsibilities and I didn't have as much time, so I became a substitute teacher instead.
Got it. Do you ever sub at that school?
Yes.
Okay, so you're a part-time coworker of hers then. What types of things is she saying about you, Bree?
She's saying that I tried to get one of my friends fired. She's saying that I wasn't treating some of the kids well. She's
Okay,
saying that
do the coworkers that you hang out with agree with her?
No.
All right.
They always tell me and they refuse to hang out with her and stuff like that.
Okay, here's the deal. Hanging out with coworkers while you're still working with them is not really such a good idea, Bree. So only hang out with them once in a while, not all of the time, okay? And as far as confronting the girl, act like she doesn't exist. I wish you well and tell your family I said, how you doing? Welcome back, more Ask Wendy. Catherine is in New Hampshire. Catherine, how you doing?
How you doing?
Fine, thanks. What's your question?
All right, so I have a little dilemma. So I broke up with my boyfriend about a year ago because he was a serial cheater and couldn't admit to it. But, I'm not over him and we've been in contact recently because he's been having a hard time. I want to be there for him, but I also want to move on. And then get this, I had a psychic draw my soulmate and it's not my ex. And the psychic predicted I'll meet my soulmate in the next 12 to 18 months. So what should I do? Should I, can I have a friendship with him or do I need to cut him loose?
Well, how old are you?
I'm 21. I'll be 22 in March.
Mm-hmm. And when you say he's been having a hard time, what do you mean? Have his grades fallen?
I think it's just, with the pandemic, it's been a lot of stress for him. And also our breakup was really hard on him.
Well, how do you know that he's cheated? You said you feel as though he's cheated.
Oh, I saw like the receipts, and he talked to
Gotcha.
his friends about it. Yeah.
Well, Catherine, here's what I say, and it might seem cruel, but I want to save you before you get to my age and you regret. I say that you, first of all, don't necessarily believe in what the psychic is telling you. Believe in yourself. I know that you're only young, and you don't need a soulmate right now. You need to focus on who Catherine is and appreciate your family and enjoy school and dating a lot. I didn't say having sex a lot. I said dating, okay, Bailey? Just, in other words, leave him alone and have fun. If you must, block his number. Let one of the girls he cheated with help him. You didn't say he's on drugs or he wants to get rid of his life, did you? No.
No.
Okay, he'll live and you'll live back. My family loved the movie, and my son is the only one who was just like, you know what, Mom, I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad it did well. Everybody that I know saw it. Okay, so tomorrow's the 1st. My allowance is gonna be here, but this is what else I wanted to ask you. And he goes off into his 20-year-old thing. Daddy loved it. Wanda loved it. Tommy texted me a long text, and you know, we're good. Thank you for asking. And now, more questions about my event, my lifetime event over the weekend. Jason's in Florida. Hi, Jason. What's your question? Oh.
Hey, oh, wait a minute. How you doing?
How you doing?
All right. Now I live in New York in the late 80s, early 90s. Hip hop was everything. Eric B. and Rakim was a super group. You were everywhere. They were at every party. I had no idea you had a relationship with Eric B. for almost a year. Now, Wendy, how did you keep that out of the public eye and becoming a hot topic in New York?
Well, when I say almost a year, I mean, it might have been like 6 months or something like that. And I talked about it on the radio. I had mentioned, and I didn't mention it a lot, but it's like, you know, Eric's picking me up. Oh, B is picking me up. And we would be out, like you could see us. You could see him driving my car. And with that said WNDY on the plates. That was back in the corny years where vanity plates were everything. So yeah, no, I didn't keep it out of the public eye. You just, I guess, were, why are your eyes so slammed shut?
They call me Black and Eve.
Okay, okay. But does that answer your question?
It does.
Yeah,
it does.
It wasn't hidden. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, now Rachel is in Dallas, and Rachel's got a question about the movie too, or the documentary. Hi, Rachel. How you doing?
How you doing? Hi, Wendy. So you gave a really raw, open look into your entire life in the movie and documentary, and we love you for that. I often find it so hard to confront who have wronged me. What do you, Wendy, draw from your strength to be so unapologetically real in a world full of filters?
I'm not really good at lying, and I'm good at holding back my truth until I must release it. How's that? And I never really saw it as being a big deal. It was just always just Wendy. I was just always me. And it's not something you can create. You either are or you aren't. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Now, Stacy from Alaska has a question that has nothing to do with the movie, but has to do with her life. Is that correct, Stacy?
Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
How you doing?
I've been married to my husband for 14 amazing years, and sometimes I get hit on by other guys out in public. On top of that, men are even more direct when hitting me up in my DMs. Now, I'm 100% loyal, and I don't want to engage or entertain these men.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm also wondering if I should tell my husband about all of this.
No.
Although I'm not sure I want to go down that path with him either. Wendy, what should I do?
Don't tell your husband about it. I don't know what kind of social media that you have, but I would delete these DMs and never mention this to a soul outside of me and you, which is now, you know, people are watching. And when people hit on you, other than your DM, they hit on you in real life. I mean, other than a glance, I don't.
So.
What? How? You mean they actually talk to you, hit on you? Because then you might be throwing them a signal. Because men don't have that. Men have never had that kind of nerve with me. And I know I'm not the best looking girl, but I'm no slouch. And men have never approached me that way in my life. So maybe
Yeah, it's interesting when I'm out and about. I mean, you know, they just come by and say hi. You know,
well,
how's it going?
Hi is one thing.
Do you have a man?
Okay. Well, do you wear a ring? Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of pictures do you have on your social media?
Selfies, family pictures, the norm.
Yeah. This is a man problem, but there are a few things that you can do to help this situation not become bigger than what it already is, because it seems like it's a little problem that it could become out of control, because you're real cute and you're real outstanding. I love the poof and also the flip. All right, it's time for Ask Wendy. It's time for other people's problems. Katrina is in Virginia. How you doing?
Hello, Wendy.
Good, Katrina. What's your question?
Well, girl, so one of my friends is secretly trying to pursue another friend's boyfriend. We all hang in the same crowd, and she instantly had this attraction for him. So when she came and told me, she did not even care about it being a friend of ours. So my question to you is, should I get involved and tell my friend, or should I mind my business?
How old is everybody? How old are you?
We are in our 40s, honey, and we should know better.
Well, you know what? Here's what I say, and I can change my mind a lot. We're women, you know? You tell your friend that this other friend is trying to pursue her man, and now she'll be kicked out of the group, and you will be like, oh, well, we're not 23 anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, as soon as we get off the blower with each other, get to calling, okay?
I sure will.
Yes, Wendy. So Natalia is in Poland. How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thank you, Natalia. How can I help you?
So, Wendy, last week I saw someone I've known my entire life with someone that's not their husband. So, they've been together for almost 40 years. Cute, lovely couple, you know, old high school sweethearts. But she was in the grocery store kissing and hugging this man like they were a couple. I was so shook that I just took a picture of them and ran. I don't want them to split up.
Did they see
40
you?
years is a long time.
Did they see you?
No, she didn't. No, I just ran, you know.
So what is your question to me?
So, I don't want them to split up. 40 years is a long time. Also, I don't want her to dip in and do it, you know, with the other guy. But I'm wondering if I should tell the husband. So, Wendy, what should I do?
Go to her, talk to her privately, just you two. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell her that you took the picture. Tell her that you know stuff. Don't tell her about the picture. I think that you could talk to her. Now, if she's been married for 40 years, then she's at least twice the age of me and you. Correct?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, correct.
Take her out in a public place and talk to her with a private mouth. Okay?
Well, you know, Wendy, she's like a very close member of my family. So I'm kind of, you know, I don't think if it's working out, I don't want to, you know, make any arguments with her.
Just tell her, and maybe she'll tell you, and then she'll tell you, maybe she's tired of him after 40 years. People get tired of one another after a particular amount of time being married. We don't know that. Well, I do. Maybe you don't. But good luck. Take her out and talk privately, okay?
Thank you.
Don't tell your family that you're doing that, okay? And don't involve me. Okay. So, Arlisha is in Alabama. How you doing?
Hey, Wendy. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you, Arlisha. How can I help?
Okay, I'm 33 years old, and I'm a single mother of 3 kids. And I'm juggling, you know, being a full-time mom, working full-time, and starting a business. But I want to start dating again. And the only person that my children have seen me with is their father. So my question to you, Wendy, is how do I start back dating, and how do I, you know, incorporate my kids with it without them, you know, feeling some type of way?
Well, you can't. How old are the kids? Young, right? Because you're young.
My oldest is 15 and my youngest is 7.
Yeah. Well, good luck with you starting your business. I think that's more important because you're only 33 and you've got young kids and you're going to have to pay for college in a couple of years. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And plus, you still got to stay moisturized and take care of yourself.
Yes.
The next man should be way on the side of the road. Like, date him and get served, but just make sure that they don't know. They don't need to know about that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
I
like,
understand.
like I'm sensitive until I'm not, but I am.
And I understand because I think it's kind of, touchy for them because they haven't seen me with anyone, but I think I'm kind of ready to date, but I'm a little nervous about it.
They don't need to see anybody with you. And you just, it's business first, your family, and then the next man. And you're so young, you've got time, okay? Okay, time for Ask Wendy. Mary is in Maryland. Mary, how you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thanks. Mary, what's your question?
So I lost my mom about 7 years ago, and it caused a major feud between my older sister and younger sister. I love them both, but I can't stand the shade that they throw at one another, and it's even escalated to physical fights, which puts me in the middle.
Oh.
How do I get them to squash this beef and make up for the sake of our family?
Pull them together this weekend and, have a conversation with them. And the conversation shouldn't escalate to loud talk. It should be all about the heart that you're giving us, give to them. Why are they arguing? Your mother's been gone for 7 years. What are they arguing about?
Everything. They don't know anymore. They just have lost sight of being reasonable whenever they're in each other's company. And then it just devolves into shouting, pushing, screaming.
Remind them that it's only the three of you and that your mother's watching, okay? Thank you very much, Mary. All right, now Auntie is in Finland. Auntie, how you doing?
How you doing?
Now, what's your question?
I have a friend from a previous job that I meet every now and then over a glass of wine. Every time we meet and the wine starts to kick in, he goes on long rants about how unhappy he is at that job. Nothing ever happens, and I've been listening to the same story for a good 2 years now. Wendy, how do I tell my friend that he needs to either quit the job or shut the hell up?
Tell him like that. Tell him just the way you told him.
Through his TV.
And by the way, you know what? This is the kind of friend that I would drop. I don't even have time. He knows what he's doing. He's bringing the whole room down. He's not going to be able to change. As soon as the wine kicks in, he's going to go back to being who he is. That's why they call it the truth serum.
Yeah, but I don't... Is really dropping someone off the solution.
Yeah, well, you only have one life, Auntie, and it's yours, not his. Good. So Madison is on from Pittsburgh. Madison, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good, thank you. How can I help, Matt?
So I just got out of a toxic 8-year relationship. He refused to grow up, and I was the worst version of myself. But I can't help but have these horrible negative feelings about him, and it kind of makes me want to go spray paint his garage, I guess. And I just want to know, how can I separate those negative feelings, make them positive, and when can I start dating again?
First of all, how young are you? You look like 28 or something.
I'm 29.
Okay, and you were with him for 8 years.
Yeah, all my 20s.
Exactly. It's time to start dating again. Don't spray paint his garage. And why'd you all break up? Because he wouldn't grow up and you outgrew him, you said?
Yeah, and I became in a very bad place. I wasn't my best version of myself, so...
But how are you now?
I'm working on myself, so I feel good where I'm at. So
I
feel better about it.
Move on from him. You don't have to feel bad. You were 8 years, and now you move on, though, Madison. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Don't be angry, Madison.
Okay, I will not. I'm trying.
Anger causes wrinkles. Thanks, Madison.
Thank you.
Okay, Katina is from North Carolina. Katina, how you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thank you. How can I help you?
Okay, so I dated this guy for about a year, and we have a business together. Well, we became intimate, and things got so personal between us that I even made him gifts. Now, I really cared for him. I thought, this might be something real. Well, 2 weeks ago, I got up the nerve to ask the dreaded question, where is this going? Well, Wendy, he basically blew me off and told me I was not the one. Well, of course I was hurt, but the reality is I still have to work with him, but I feel like I wasted a year of my time.
The two of you
I want to move on.
The two of you own this business together?
Yes.
What kind of business is it? Just humor me.
It's for virtual entertainment, actually. We got into that because of COVID.
Okay. This guy, can you work with him and not date him? Or are you so hurt that you can't even look at him? Be honest.
I've seen him since we've had that conversation and we've worked together, but it's not easy. But I feel like I have to put my big girl panties on and make it happen.
You really do, because you have a business together. Now, is it 50-50 or do you own 90% and he owns 10%?
No, it's 50-50.
You know what? You need to consult a lawyer maybe or something. And would you like to get out of that business or buy him out? Like I couldn't work with him if I were you.
I do still want to work with him. I mean, we were friends before we were intimate.
Okay,
so I feel that.
then let go of the intimacy, pull on your big girl panties, and have a wonderful day, okay?